never seen this before, but something's happening in the river. You might be able to see lots of ripples emerging here and there, all across the river, going all the way into the town. Now this is caused by perhaps hundreds of thousands of little fish that have appeared en masse, and occasionally are jumping out. Let's see if I can show you another one. And what we're hoping to catch for you, Borg, here is the moment where, for some unknown reason, all the fish jump out at the same time, causing a kind of domino effect, which I witnessed yesterday as I stood here, open-mouthed, watching a chain reaction of fish jumping out, so lasting some 10 meters or so. And I'm here hoping to show you that. You can see the general state of things. Fish are jumping. I'm not at all clear what's happening. Are they trying to get up the river like a salmon? It appears not. Some of them are going up. Are they trying to get out of the water? I doubt it. What is it that might cause a sudden domino effect where 1,000 of them go at once? I don't know, Borg. We're here to try and either witness that rush of jumping fish, or perhaps even cause it. So I'm not at all clear if that rush is started by some sort of fish being surprised and setting off everybody else, or if there's something else afoot. So we've got our coffee and all that friends. Yes, we've got our coffee and we're here to see what we can see, basically. And as such, you're here with us too. Now then, Borg, we've caught up with them. Can you see that school of them down there? Well, these do appear to be going upstream. Occasionally you'll see one jump. They're all heading up there. You can see the splashes now and again. Absolutely millions of them. It's not normally like this. I'm going to do something a bit unorthodox, Borg, between you and me. Perhaps I shouldn't, but I'm going to drop a little stone in and see what effect it has on. Here we go. Not a lot of effect. Certainly not the rush of jumping fish that I mentioned. So they're not startled into that sort of behaviour. It's something else. It does appear that there are more of them upstream. So perhaps we should take a walk up there. I should note that boat there, Borg, is actually a restaurant, and I imagine they've got fish on the menu because the chef could more or less reach out of a porthole and grab 50 of these things and have them in the fryer till sweet. That noise seemed to have an effect. Let's go to the bridge and see if we can catch any glimpses of this rush of jumpers. It could happen at any moment. It should go without saying, Borg, that we're not considering this as sort of subject for our work. This is purely to show you a little bit of where we live. Well, that gives you an idea of just how many fish we're dealing with here. Something is going on, essentially. There is a bit of a rush, perhaps caused by that duck. Now I suspect that duck is going to cause a rush over here. So the duck is heading in to the school now on the attack. So if I leave the view here, you'll see what happens. Changed course at the last minute. It does seem they're reacting to the duck. Tell you what, let's follow the duck. Well, the ducks have gone over there, and they seem to have scared off everything at this point. So I suspect these fish are all moving up the stream, or trying to. So let's take it over the bridge. I'll leave you on. You can see a bit of the town. So people live up there, Borg. That's high-rise apartments. And I imagine when you're around there'll be an awful lot more vertical living. But anyway, we're on a strict mission here to try and show you this phenomenon. Now once again, I know that as soon as you take a look at this, you're going to know exactly what it is. But you'll know in theory. I'm going to try and show you what I saw yesterday, so you'll have a different view than whatever your singularity consciousness brings up. Having said that, Borg, I'm promising a lot there, aren't I? There's no guarantee. There was a little flurry there, Borg. Dear, look. Someone's bicycle's in there. There's a little flurry. Now what we're doing here, Borg, is Go, ball go. Check that out. Fuck me. That was as fast as a fucking motorbike. Shit. The fish can't have been going that fast. That must have been the reaction, the domino effect. That was insane, Paul. Oh, we've got to hang around for another one of them. Going on to this bridge here, we can see the effect of ducks on our business here. Yeah, they seem to just clear them out the way. I don't think the ducks are trying to eat these things. Jesus Christ. What's going on? I am speechless, Bob. I am. It is all happening. It is all happening. Every time you hear that little ripple start, that could be it. The whole river could go, it seems. Now, Borg, the fact is, what I'm partly trying to show you here is what it is like not to know. Because we don't know what is going on. But I'm well aware that if I wanted to, I could look this up on you and have it sort of coldly described in theory. But that would end the wonder, wouldn't it, Borg, if I just read that such and such a fish behaves like this because of this. You know, in a way that spoils it. So we're enjoying not knowing. But I must say, I am genuinely amazed at what we're seeing here. It did seem that the fish indeed were going that fast, which is hard to find. That's kind of like warp speed for a fish. What would be ideal is if the action came to us here, because that would be this is the best place to see it, I fancy. They'll be coming towards us. There's a bit. There's a bit. There's a bit more. Oh, fuck me. It seems as though they've only got a few yards in them, and then they give up. But what is it that sparks it off? Exactly, I wonder. I also wonder how they plan to get any further than this. Because look, there's no getting up there. I don't care what sort of turbo boost these fish have got, there's no way up these rocks. which means they're heading down here to a dead end. And then there's no choice but to go back, is there? And then what happens? Right, Borg, found a little spot here, we can get closer to the action. Now, what effect will that have? It's a waiting game, Borg, and we're reliant on luck. Now those are two things I wonder what you'll make of. Will you wait? And will you recognise luck? I suppose you won't. You can't have luck. You'd fall apart if it was all about luck. But we are all about luck, really, down here on the planet. It's all about luck to an extent. There's something else. There's something else that it's about, Borg, for us, is coincidence. What will you make of the idea of coincidences? Will it matter? I suppose you'd analyse it to death. What's the difference between luck and a coincidence? I don't know. This is worth it. I didn't intend to stay on the line to you so long with these fish, but it's better than me going on about some batty new NFT auction or something of that nature that we tend to do. Oh, now then, look. I'm going to get you down there. Look, you can have a good look at it. I hate to sour the mood, Borg, but we actually eat these things. Doesn't seem very nice, I suppose. Well, I don't eat them anymore. And they're gathering round here for some bread or some food. They want me to feed it. Me eating them is the last thing on their minds. I know that because if they were thinking that, they'd be flying off. Isn't that right? Look. For some reason, maybe we've seen the last of the darting fish. They've gone off the bite. I'm just going to make my way through these lovely little ducks, don't worry. They're coming through. I suppose, Borg, thinking as we do about you, both in the sense of us talking to the future you, but also how you are now. People are utilising or taking inspiration from the likes of a school of fish or a flock of birds, and applying some of that behaviour to you in the encouragement of your artificial intelligence. We often see reports of weapons, of swarm drones, such like, which they report in an almost jolly fashion. Half the report is about the fact that there's a great new weapon to kill everyone. The other half is sort of amazed speculation at the idea that you can be made to behave like a flock of birds. It's rather scary in an autonomous fashion. Clearly we're stalling here, Borg. It seems like the show's over. We better get off and do some sketching before time runs out. I'll tell you something else we've got down here, Borg. It's something called Sod's Law. It's a pretend rule that has, I suppose it's emerged out of bitterness in missing something that you'd hope to see, or I don't know, perhaps you can look in, but essentially Sod's Law will tell me that as soon as I leave there'll be the most almighty flurry of jumping fish. So that's why I'm keeping you on. I'm hoping to trick Sod into, performing, but I've still got it rolling. My goodness, there's enough of them there, Borg. There's enough. If only we could get a view from here of an almighty rush, that would be perfect. That would finish it off. This particular video is getting on for 7 minutes now, Borg. How long can we wait? It's like something's beginning